Hey guys, my name is Lekha from ProjectFashionEmpire.com. I help fashion designers with marketing their business and get more visibility and sales in their fashion brand. I am so excited to share this planner with you. In this video, I'm going to show you how to plan your next quarter to grow your business and build you profits using this planner. Yes, we plan quarterly and do not plan yearly because things keep changing all the time and it's not really practical to plan the whole year and actually sticking with it. So most people do not do the planning and think it's waste of time. But the reality is 90% of your success depends on the 10% time you take to plan. So I highly recommend to make the planning a priority in your business. And yes, it doesn't take a lot of time. You just spend 30 minutes or an hour and you are totally good to go. So before we get into this, I want you to find a place where your mind can focus 100%. This is so important when planning. If you feel like you're not in a happy mood, then maybe you should postpone this planning session to another time, right? So the step one is to print your planner on A4 sheets so you have enough space to write. And make sure to use pencil to fill the planner. Sometimes we need to change, so pencil would be a great to erase and make any changes. So the first thing is quarterly map. And this is where you plan your quarter in high level view. In these green boxes, I want you to write your annual goals. Think of what makes your year successful. To me, my year goals are creating my signature course, which is Fashion Empire Bootcamp. This course will be a little expensive, but if you have a fashion store and struggling to get people to come to you and make any sales, by the end of this course, you will be getting customers every single day. So this is my goal. And my second goal is to build an engaging community of fashion business owners for them to share their knowledge and learn the business skills together. By the way, if you haven't joined our group yet, come join us, right? I'll drop a link below somewhere so you can come and join us. And then these goals are different from each other. To you, it might be launching 2 collections or making 100K in revenue. Whatever it is, just write it down in these boxes. Now, in the monthly boxes, think about how you can get closer to your goals. Brainstorm all the projects that you can do to accomplish your goals. Recently, I worked with a designer who is struggling to get any people to her store. She set her goal to 100K for annual. And we broke down her goals, like picking a product to focus on selling for the next quarter and reaching influencers and collaborating and launching her product. If you want to know how we did, I recently wrote a tutorial on this and I'll drop a link below so you can check out, right? So anyways, to me, I broke my goals like I want to launch my course on June. So my course have 8 modules and it takes around 1 week to each module, which is like 2 solid months if I worked fast. But I don't know, kids get sick or anything might happen in between. So in April and May, I will be creating the course and simultaneously beta testing with 2 groups of my clients, both online and offline. For community goal, I will be doing a free training on June. And then I create free tutorial every week on blog and send weekly emails to stay connected with my people. And then I will be posting every day on Facebook group. Now the next step is to break the project and note down the tasks. It doesn't have to be the perfect, just brainstorm everything that you need to do to accomplish this thing. Once you're done with that, we move to the next sheet, which is marketing stack. Apart from your big projects, you need to do marketing every single month. This is the lifeblood of your business. When it comes to marketing, most people do one thing or two, but you don't but in order to be successful, you have to do four things in marketing every single month in your business. So the first one is, how are you attracting new people to your brand this month? To me, it's Pinterest, and then I will be putting some blog posts each week so people can find me on Pinterest and on Google and searching for something. And the second thing is, once you attracted those people to your brand and to your email list, what do you do to engage and connect with them more? So that's the engage box. To me, I show up and put tips and content on Facebook group, and then I send weekly emails with marketing tips for their fashion business. And then third one, convert, is like, what are you promoting for that month? What are you trying to sell? What are you primarily focusing on to sell that month? To me, I'm not trying to sell anything, but all I do is ask interested people to join waitlist for my course so they can get excited exclusive bonuses and discounts, right? And then finally, advocate. These are the people who already purchased something from you in the past. What are you doing to connect with them? You can do little things that makes them happy and keeps them coming back to you. So I invite those people to beta test my course for a really low price, and then I wanted to send them monthly emails with some deep level marketing insights that they can implement right away. I haven't done this yet, but would love to implement as soon as I can. And now take a few minutes to map out your marketing stack for the month. You can do that for whole quarter, but if you feel that was too much, just go with 1 month, right? Next comes your time schedule. This is so important, and this is how you know exactly if your goals are reality or if you want to tweak it. I want you to take a moment and fill up your current schedule. Find where your time is going. To me, I woke up at 5:30 and freshen up, and from 6 to 9 it's my sacred work time. This is when I have 100% of my brain space without any kids disturbing. My kids wake up around like 8, and then my husband takes care of them until 9. And I do most of my important things at this time block. From 9 to 1, it's like prepping and having breakfast, giving back to kids, preparing lunch, and feeding the kids. This is the most roller coaster ride in my day. My brain was totally occupied, and I was super busy at this time with household and caring the boys. I cannot think of any work at this time. From 1 to 2 is our lunchtime, and from 2 to 2:30 one of my kid takes a nap and other kid plays with toys. This is where I can put 60% of my brain. I do the second important work at this block. And from 3 to 10, it will be with kids and all home stuff. And 10 to 11, if my kids sleep, I get to work another hour. Ultimately, I get four and a half hours a day. This helps me to see the reality, like whether I'm putting too much on my plate, or maybe I should slow down, or I need to hire some virtual assistant to add extra time, or ask my mom to look my kids once a week, or things like that. Take some time to jot your current schedule and put any notes right here. Now comes the fun part, priority scale. Anything up here is okay. So anything up here is the most urgent. As the arrow goes up, this will be the most urgent. Anything that goes left, this will be the most important things. Oops, sorry, right. Anything that goes to right, these are the most important things. So you can see this first block is super urgent and most important. And then the second block is it's urgent but not so important. And then here it's really important but not so urgent. And here not so important, not urgent at all. Right? So first priority goes here, second priority goes here, third here, and then maybe I don't do things from here. So how I feel is, right? First thing I want you to do is allocate the time blocks here. So the first priority to me is my morning work block from 6 to 9, and this is where I can put 100% of my brain and I will be super creative and productive. I like to put any project based tasks here at this time that needs to get done, no matter what, right? This is where I schedule my course creation project. Then the second priority is my noon work time. This is when I was a little tired, but this is where I don't get distracted with kids. I can put my total efforts. I usually have 60% of my brain space here. I like to schedule my marketing stack here, like creating blog posts, emails, and everything I mentioned in the marketing stack above. Then the third block. This is where I put at least 30% of my brain while watching kids playing. This is the time I respond to emails, comments, engage in the group, and all the little things that I can do with my phone. And the last block, anything that ends up here, I just ignore or don't do it if I have any time. Or maybe I'll do it if I have any extra time, which is nearly impossible, by the way. Now take some time to map out your priorities and identify your work blocks. Now the monthly calendar. So first, what you do is put any important and non-negotiable dates like occasions, events, life stuff, birthdays, or anything that you know ahead of time. Like to me, like first of every single month I do the planning for the entire month, and then the last day of every month is my organizing day. I declutter everything on my desktop, everything on my workspace. I only do these things on these days. Then I mark any birthdays or any holidays or trips that's coming up. Now pull the task that we did in the quarterly map. Where is it? Yep. Pull all the tasks from here and put them on your calendar. You can color code with markers if you want to. I would love to color code, by the way. So you will be filling for the quarter, or if you are so overwhelmed, just start filling by 1 month. Filling 1 month, right? That's the great start, by the way. Once you've done this, move on to the next sheet, which is reflections. This block. You will fill this sheet at the end of each month. First thing is you write the goals for the month to keep it in front of your mind in the priorities boxes. And then you write little wins for that month. These can be very small or huge or anything in between, anything that you accomplished that month, even if it is writing a blog post. That's a great win, right? And then what went great? Maybe your new work schedule helped you more productive or anything like that. Anything that went great for that month that you tried, you can put that here. And then what didn't work this month? Look at your red dots in this month. To me, I tried waking up an hour earlier to do more work, and that affected a lot in the entire day. I lost my productivity. I was like all drowsy throughout the day. So put that here. Did you try posting on Instagram and you didn't got any engagement? Put them here. These are these are not to do again lists. Now the reflections based on all of these. What are you carrying next month? And things like that. You're going to put things that worked and you want to do it again, and what not to do. Everything you'll put here. Kind of like summary for your month. Then you got weekly spreads. This is my favorite part of all. This is where you plan every single element that's happening in your business, like blog, email, other social media channels, or anything like that. So the first block is the admin. This is the things that you have to do for that day. To me, this is my first work block in the morning. Everything I have to do in that time, I put right here. And then I added second work block. By the way, you can get the sheet with blank here. You can add your own things. I added work block 2, and anything I do on the afternoon block, that goes here. And then the blog. And yes, I've given blog and email blocks because these are so important, you guys. I encourage you to do at least once a week. So every Monday my blog will go out, blog post. But by the way, a blog means it could be podcast, it could be YouTube, it could be a blog post, it could be anything that is your main content. And then every Thursdays I'll send an email. So in the admin block, I'm going to do the planning, I'm going to do the modules, and in the work block 2, I'll be doing the marketing stack, right, and send emails, create blog posts, create images, and then Facebook group. I be there every single day, adding members, engaging with members, and posting daily. That happens every single day. So I just put this arrow down there. And then Instagram, I wanted to do the stories on these days. I want to try 2 types of stories this month, so I just put here. So what I want you to do is fill this for the next week. If you can, fill this for an entire month. I like to fill these for a complete quarter. But do I stick with these? No. Anything can happen, you guys. Plans changes, and I'm okay with that. So I note down everything with pencil and then review it each week. How far have I come? What I need to change and make any changes, and then again I'll review it every month on first when I do the planning, and then make any changes and adjust accordingly. So don't feel like that this is it, you put things in the planner so you have to stick with it. It's not like that. It's just a way to guide you where you're going. Think of this like a map for your growth. And finally, at the end, you got day planner. Where are you? Okay, here it is. This is how what do I say? Okay, this is how I plan every single day. First things first, I like to put every single task I have to do for that day here. And then I prioritize what tasks go to the urgent and important, what things go to urgent but not so important, and then what goes into super important but not urgent, and then what goes in here. Anything that ends up here again goes into the trash. I'm not gonna do them. And so the most urgent and important, this is the priority one. I put this thing in the work block 1 on the admin tasks. I start by doing these. Once these are done, I go over here and complete these, and these are done. I'll do these tasks while watching my kids play, or when I have 30% of brain, as I said, right? And then we have a work log. This is so important. Like every time I work, I note the time, like from when to when I was working on what. This helps me to see how many hours I spend every week. And then finally, the notes section. This is where I like to put anything that's for tomorrow, anything I have to remember for tomorrow. So I put these things here, and there you go. My entire quarterly planning system. And the real magic, it happens when you take action, you guys. So print this out and fill it out. Don't look at this as an extra work. I promise, if you do this, I'm sure your business will be way more better than last month. So please take action. Thank you so much, and join me inside the Facebook group. I put a lot of trainings there. I'll be showing up every single day so we can hang out. And if you like, join my wait list. If you're interested in my course, I'll give the links below. So have a sweet time. I am Lekha from projectfashionempire.com.